seem to shake you, baby. I can't seem to shake you, baby. All I do is dream about you, baby. All I do is dream about you. Remember when you loved me? I loved you, and then you left me alone. You know I'd always come back home. We can't pretend that this is the end, baby. All I do is dream about you. I can't seem to shake you, baby. I swear tomorrow that I'll give you up. Save the sorrow for when we wake up. But for tonight it seems I'm tangled up in you, tangled up in you. I can't seem to shake you, baby. I can't seem to shake you, baby. I swear tomorrow that I'll give you up. And I will save the sorrow for when we wake up. But for tonight it seems I'm tangled up in you, tangled up in you, tangled up in you, tangled up
That's right, and we're back live on Chicano Tube, live on Chicano Street. Do me a favor, beautiful Linda Raza, man. It's Tuesday night, and we're gonna give it to you on Tuesday night. All I ask, hit that pinchy like button, man. Whether you're watching on Facebook, we got the Facebook Familia. Shout out to the Facebook Familia. You already know. And IG Landia doesn't get enough love. Well, we're streaming now. We're streaming every single week on IG Landia. And hit that heart on IG and hit the thumbs up. If not, you can hit the thumbs down, but it's okay. I got a special guest on that I'm going to bring onto the platform. I respect their time, and we're going to get into brown issues, but I'm going to go through some formalities first. Gracias, all the day oneers. Gracias, everyone that's inside that members only. The members only is more like a one-on-one. Those that have access to me ask questions, even though 9 times out of 10, they're pinchy questions that put, ya saben, the members only, how we get into it and stuff like that. Shout out to the members only. And of course, to all the Chicano channels and all the Chicano pages. We just hit the 2-year anniversary this month. This month, Chicano Tube has been on the air now 2 years and 14K. So I appreciate you guys, man. I didn't even think we were going to get maybe to a couple hundred. And here we are talking about brown issues, going strong and steady. And so, you know, the thing with Chicano Tube is I've made this an open platform. you'll have a guest one week, it'll have a totally different perspective and opinion. And then you'll have a guest the next week that'll have a totally different perspective and opinion. And guess what? At the end of the day, we're all brown people. So who am I going to bring on the platform? I'm trying to bring the raza on the platform so we could talk about brown issues. And without further ado, mi amiga, that Mexican Velma, gracias for coming on the show. I appreciate
De nada, muchas gracias por tenerme. A million and thank yous for having me here.
¿Cómo está la familia, primeramente?
Bien, todo bien, nomás que pues la situación está un poquito pesado. Se me hace, it's a little heavy, to be honest with you.
And can you let me know where you're hailing out of? Maybe people don't know we're in different
Texas.
time zones.
I'm from Texas.
Right. So shout out to Texas. Texas is in the house. One of me and the wifey's favorite places to go. We've been over there probably about half a dozen times to Texas, just to let you know. I'm from Salinas, amiga. Welcome to the platform.
Thank you.
Yes. And let's just go ahead and get straight into it, amiga. I don't know if you've been following the channel. I did 4 immigration town halls back to back, 10 guests each single time, talking about these issues, and they permeate. They stay on the top of the headlines. So I'm bringing everyone on. My goal, if I have a goal and a magic wand, is to unite everyone, get into position where we can make decisions that are really gonna, move the needle for us, for our people, right? And I'm assuming, ¿eres mexicana?
Sí, soy mexicana.
Okay, I'm asking you live and vivo para que la gente.
No, but just because, right now, if you have a different opinion, you're not Mexican. And if you are, you want to stand out and be a little bit, not, I wouldn't want to say, que te creas bastante, porque realmente the ego is what drives the Mexican, because we're very prideful. And because I am too, trust and believe, but you want to know something, 100%, we stay humble, because nobody's better than anybody. And since we have a different opinion, does that make me better than you or vice versa? No.
Absolutely.
We are striving to actually make a better life for each other, like for ourselves, actually. So
did you see
that is my perspective on that issue.
Did you see
Because I've been getting too many people just telling me I'm fake because I have a different opinion. But it's okay.
And I was segueing into this. I'm sorry I was trying to fixing some little issues over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Headlines have been again ICE. The immigration is a brown issue. We have housing already. We're trying to eat the cleanest food and all of our battles that we have, right? Raise our children right and keep them safe in the schools, and all these battles. They're not just brown issues, but I call them on my channel brown issues. Here in California, amiga, all the Chicano podcasters, we all know of each other. I've texted with Rhodium Radio, American Cholo. We all know of each other. And so we agree that we should be united. But like you said, there's a lot of issues right now that are dividing the people. Let's go ahead and get into ICE. Amiga, when ICE arrests someone, do you call that an arrest or you call that a kidnap?
Call it an arrest.
Then what's the narrative on memes saying they're kidnappings? Is that...
Here's the thing on that. Some people that are here, obviously, legal, right? The right way, how we like to say. We believe and feel that it is not fair for an illegal to come into the United States. Now, when you talk about kidnapping, are you talking about the people who were issued a document at birth and then they were forged? Because it happens by midwives of our own people. And most people don't see that. And if we look at the years, it's happened underneath the Bush administration and the Obama administration when they found people that didn't have their papers all the way through when they thought that they were an American citizen. Now, 5 years in prison is not enough for those people. Do you agree?
I never thought about that one. How much time for the penalties?
Right, because I don't believe that if a US citizen, for example, obviously over the border, we have our little honey, right? And we get married and we want to have our child here because we're a US citizen. But we don't believe in any epidurals at the time, right? So we go with the midwife, and the midwife forges the papers, and oops, we're not. You're from here, but you were born here, but your papers are not from here, right?
Mm.
So that's a life altering thing that you're doing to obviously somebody that's from your own community, but not just only that, you're doing it to a US citizen. You're doing it to a child. 5 years is not enough. So whenever I think about, oh, all these kidnaps and arrests, do you really think that it's fair for those people to get 5 years, or should they be, I don't know, taken citizenship away and deported back to where they're actually from? Deporting homegrowns?
I mean, one of the questions I'm going to inevitably ask you during our conversation right here is, what's your solution? I'm also going to
Right.
ask you that to see if we can get to that and lead up to that. But it's the kidnappings. I come on the internet and like I did today again, because the bombings also in Iran have been taking the headlines, and just telling the people calm down, because I've heard of people getting affected by it. O sea, los que nomás miran el teléfono and they just get consumed by it. It could be so much that can cause something like depression, and then sickness enter
Right.
the body. And then here we are just, floating along, because a lot of the raza pages, believe it or not, amiga, a lot of the brown pages, okay, with a fist up, fist bump up, we're brown. And it seems like there's nothing positive on there. There's nothing for the people to get ahead. It just seems like there's no evolution or trying to help the people. So here I am trying to balance things out on YouTube, amiga. Let me ask you also this, segueing from ICE. What do you think when you see an ICE agent and he's Mexican, he's brown? Because a video went viral of a brown agent chasing down another brown man, and here it lit a match of saying, mira, los pinches brazos más prieto que whatever. And then you hear him say, pon tus manos acá, no te muevas. What do you think when you see something like that?
Well, first of all, aren't we as a people victors and not victims?
Mm. Yes.
See, because here's the thing. Let's go way back to where we stereotyped ourselves in Hollywood by blood in and blood out.
Mm.
All right, let's go back then. We had Miklo, right? We had Cruz, and we had Paco. Ahora, Miklo, wasn't he the güerito of the group? Paco? They three men with different stories, right? 3 different outcomes. Miklo, el más güerito. Paco, el drug addict. Ah, no, perdón, Cruz. I'm sorry. Let me go back porque I have to correct myself. No. But for real though, Paco, what happened to him?
Mm.
A ver, do you want to go to jail or do you want to serve? Pick your poison. I think he chose the right path. Why? The core is making a man out of him. That's what his dad said. Now we have Miklo, el güerito, that got all into it with the power trip. Y Paco, pues Paco, he got sick, sadly, right? Pero if you really want to say the raza, it's not about lying. It's about actually respecting, right? Self-respect, honor. Not all this, excuse my French, BS bullshit.
You could say
Porque la mera verdad, our grandparents would probably be rolling in their graves. Now let's go back to the story, okay? We have Paco who turned into a Marine and then into a detective. ¿Y qué le dijo su hermano? Yeah, Holmes, you think you're better than me? No, you never changed. Miklo, power trip. Where did he land? Jail. And who was out? Doing what he had to do. Y era el más moreno. Paco. No, but it's my skin. It's the color of my skin. Are you sure? Do you want the 1960s racism that my grandparents had to go through? My dad had to go through going up to North Dakota?
Mm.
When he had to go actually plow and do what he had to do to actually feed the family. My grandparents had six grandkids. I mean, six grandkids, six kids. I'm so sorry. And possibly even more. Why? Because they needed to feed the family. Todos ayudaban. Right?
Right.
What do
Right.
you what do y'all want when you're chanting, this is racist, this is racist? No, 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 papacito, no, mamacita, you don't know. Do you want the racism? Because it's showing. It's showing. No hay mexicano contra el mexicano ahorita porque sí está.
Yeah.
Dicen que no está y sí está y me quedo yo, okay, entonces, if you're gonna call me a racist, are you the racist? Ahora yo me pongo a pensar así, me quedo yo. My own people being racist towards me, don't we have that in Mexico already?
Hello.
Don't we have colorism, classism, all that stuff in Mexico? Didn't we leave Mexico? Didn't we leave that over there and we came here for a better life? Number one, safety. That's number one. Are we here to, where does your allegiance lie? That's my question. Because if we want a solution, if we want amnesty, how we had before for our people in 1986, we didn't get amnesty just because. We got amnesty because our people were getting taken advantage of, and they still are today. You don't think that Biden's CBP One app was just a target for them, and they sold them a lie? A big lie they sold them, and guess what? That's abuse to our own people. Am I pissed off? Yes, because he lied. Wasn't Obama the border in chief?
Hello.
No, but nobody wants to talk about that. Oh, it's in the past. Leave it in the past. Excuse me, why weren't we rioting like that? I mean, hello. Hello, first of all, how do you expect to meet peace with violence? Peaceful protests, you can burn the flag if it's your own flag. Political and symbolical speech will cover that. But once you start getting violent, it becomes an insurrection. And then after that, an insurgency. You want to revolt? Do you really want people in the streets getting attacked because they don't want to understand that we have laws? Oh, we're breaking the Constitution. Don't you think Biden broke the Constitution when he had 4 years of open border? We don't know what came through the border, and it's not just Mexicans who are immigrants. That's really racist. I'm so sorry, but it is. Open your eyes, people, like for real. I don't understand. So let's go back to blood in and blood out, right? I'm sorry, I might be going back and forth here. Pero porque eres moreno, no significa que tú eres mejor que yo y yo soy mejor que tú. Nada que ver. Y si piensas así, es porque estás así de chiquito y tienes que crecer. You need to grow. Stop being a victim of your own circumstances. Te digo algo, because we're victors. If your family's here legal and you're legal, praise God. Be happy. Look,
I like that analogy. The blood in, blood out analogy. O sea, they're blood related, amiga, and took different paths. Now, don't forget, Paco and Miklo kind of bump heads in the end. But you know,
pero todavía lo
Miklo,
amaban.
but
Si amas a la
told him,
persona, le dices la verdad.
yeah, Miklo told him, I'm always gonna be your, you know, your familia, no matter what. And Crucito went ahead and reinforced it to him, no matter what, you guys are blood tied. That's a great analogy right there. We got bound by honor analogy. I couldn't have
Thank you.
said the status of what the raza is. As far as we're going after each other's throats, let's talk about las tortas manantial in Arizona. The daughter wore a hat, a MAGA hat, and now it seems like everyone and their mama on the internet is going after at least the daughter, and it's affecting the business. Even though I don't know if it's true or not, because videos could just be videos and all propaganda. Who knows? What do you think about that situation?
It's stupid. It's stupid. You're just showing your true colors. You're showing me who you are, and you're showing everybody else who you are. And you know what? I applaud you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know who you are, so I don't have to like be so be so for real. Porque la mera verdad, if you care about the raza, you're gonna tell the raza the truth, or you're not gonna lie, and you're not going to backstab your raza, right? Because everybody's, oh, you're backstabbing, or are you really backstabbing? Porque la mera verdad, las estupideces que pasó en LA, is that really helping our community? How I said again, how do we expect any type of reform after that?
They're
I would
asking
like to
for help.
know.
They're asking for help to get it ready for the World Cup
But
next
how
year.
do they want to fix it when they actually loaded? What did they do? They stole. They burned cars. I mean, the flag is one thing, and if it's your own, fine. It said it before. It's covered, but with violence,
Amiga, then what do you think when you see a bonfire and they're just throwing American flags in there?
it's disrespectful because I don't believe that any flag should be burnt. Period. Not from any country. But then again, you also have to understand, if you do something and then you get mad because they burn the Mexican flag, you don't think it's reciprocal?
Ching, that part.
Porque te digo algo. Look at how, again, we see the whole Israel and Iran issue. What happened? Ay, it went off. Ooh. Te voy a dar para atrás. A tit for tat, and there's no solution. ¿Queremos estar peleados o queremos estar unidos? ¿A cuál es?
Yeah. No, I agree. To me, it's always, o sea, the plan, us always staying divided, amiga, we can't move the needle at all, right? And now what's worse is now it's well, just kind of like the analogy used by Bound by Honor, but politics and what else is it? Because we if we let politics divide us, okay, we can go down, we can look for so many different ways to not get together, not come to the table. And I'll tell you, yo tenía una pinche poquita dramática and putting these little round tables together. I had 40 people. I had 4 in a row. And you should have seen some of the discussions, man. I'm not one to put private conversations out there, but some of these people's favorite influencers on IG and all these other ones, they don't give a shit about the people. They only give a shit about looking good, because if they gave a shit about the people, they try to come to the table and talk solutions.
Right.
But who did you vote for? That's the first one. Oh, who did you vote for? Who you voted for, to me, is like who you go to bed with. That's none of my business. And it's none of your business. Just like how much is in my bank account is none of my business. But I guess more people with traditional values will see it that way. Maybe other people not. Amiga, well, what do you say when someone tells you, if this pertains to you? I don't know if it does, but what do you say if someone tells you this is what you voted for?
Okay. What do you want me to tell them? Do you want me to say, oh my goodness? Okay. I voted for the president. I voted for his policies. Yes. Why am I going to stand down on my vote? That would be dumb of me. Why would I regret my vote when that would be dumb of me? Now, here's the thing. People say, oh, you're not this, you're not that. Because I have my opinion. Because I have a mind of my own. Because I don't let the left actually consume me. I don't let the emotions get to me. I don't let people manipulate me. I don't let the system manipulate me. My identity is not with people. My identity is in Christ. People are going to fail me. And people are going to fail any person that is here. Everybody has failed somebody. But I'm pretty sure God hasn't. So, no, I don't regret my vote. And I'm totally fine with it because that's what I voted for. I voted for Donald Trump.
Well, how about this? Why didn't you vote for Harris? I mean, she would have been the first woman.
See, it's not about the sex. Well, it could be the mindset. I wasn't going to vote for somebody who would lie to me. Somebody that wouldn't actually tell me the truth.
Hold on, I mean, I'm so sorry. The people saw me. I was trying to keep a straight face.
You're fine. I don't.
Couldn't even. Are you saying que tiene la cara de mentiro? That is funny. Go ahead.
The what?
Tiene la cara de mentirosa. The Harris. Okay, go ahead.
Pues no es que tiene la cara de mentirosa. I mean, today is today and tomorrow's tomorrow. And ¿qué pasó, Mona Lisa? Can you go and say, give me 1 second? Hold on.
Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
That's how I took it. Gente. I was trying to keep a straight face, but maybe that was just funny to me.
No. Es que, o sea, la mera verdad. I mean, didn't Trump say what he was going to do? Didn't he say, I'm going to do this and he's doing it? Or did everybody think he was lying?
So you voted for mass deportations.
I voted for, well, obviously that was what he was, going off of, because any other president went off of it as well. That has been talking points of each president that we've had. Even if Kamala Harris was in office, she still would be deporting people.
That's a good point. Every president has said that, and it seems like the harder they stood on that position, that's what the consensus of the masses is. But now it's 2025. People believe, unicorns flying through the air. And I really think here in California, amiga, if they had the power, they would make the whole country like California. So it's más batalloso a little bit over here, especially when it comes to the politics. I pretty much people call me this Mikey David Bet. I know it's a funny nickname, Mikey Bet David. Mikey Bet David is because I will host all kinds of different opinions and never once my own personal beliefs. If they want to know those, they tap into the daily lives. They tap into other lives. But when I have guests, I want to get the most out of them and give them the platform. But I'm trying to unite as much as I can of the people to come together, because these deportations are going to happen. They've been happening for decades. And
Since the 18th century.
Since forever. And I think they're going to stay on the headlines. And I'm calling it deportation amplification. And of course, they're making it like it's, putting revolutionary images of Pancho Villa and Zapata and the Aztec temples. And so now they're just, however they can, they're making it an issue. So I had 4 town halls to talk about it. So what do you think about this statement when you hear someone saying no one is illegal on stolen land?
Did we forget about the Guadalupe and Hidalgo treaty? Did we forget how Santana sold for his own personal gain? Did we forget the history? Now I want to know, why don't we go back to Santana's tomb? Why don't we look for Santana's tomb where we don't even know where it's at? Because do you know where it's at? Because I don't know where it's at. Y le vamos y le decimos, Santana, ¿por qué hiciste eso? No fueras hecho eso. ¿Es verdad?
I know.
¿Es lo que quieren? Shame? Oh no, chaos breeds shame. I'm so sorry. My dog is over here wanting to come inside. Chaos breeds shame. Do y'all want to be this small again? That's what I want to know, because I don't want to be this small. We had Richie Valens, we had Selena Quintanilla. What representation did we not have? I want to know, what representation did we not have? Because I don't know. I know that the Japanese love Como la Flor. It's on karaoke, right?
Yeah, superstars like that. I wonder what they would have to say, because they were controversial, back in the day. But now being 2025 and the internet is amplified, I appreciate more of these celebrities that don't give a shit what people think and are willing to say F you, middle finger up. If you want to cancel me, que te vaya bonito. I think Selena would have been someone like that. Another Chicana princess is Jenny 6ix9ine, and she's kind of she's rising through the ranks, and she voted for 47 as well. Got a lot of shit. Mario Lopez voted for 47, got a lot of shit. So I'm just telling the people, I love the analogy you said, blood in, blood out. Look at all 3 of them. Look at the dynamics. Look at the journey they took in life. And in the end, are they not raza? Are they not blood together? Amiga, I want to ask you, it came out today, a clip of a vice mayor of a city in California, and the internet started going crazy with the story. The vice mayor of a city, I think it's called Cudahy, and she did a video. She says, well, I'm going to say this. She said, not for nothing. These are like almost verbatim her words. Not for nothing, but where is 18th Street at? And where is Florencia at, referring to Chicano gangs? Why aren't they doing something about ICE? You guys come out all the time. Why aren't you coming out now? And the comments are going crazy. They're saying, first of all, in the position that you have to be talking like that, that sounds ghetto ratchet as hell. The first thing. The second thing is they're going to probably go after her seat as vice mayor. Or what do you think? Should maybe these people that patrol the neighborhoods be standing up to ICE? Or I want to get
okay, first of all, does this lady know exactly who she's talking to? Second, does she want people to get, I don't even know if I can say this, I'm on TikTok lives all the time, and TikTok's trying to take away the word, shoot. We say pew pews and offing on the TikTok because I, talk to people and try to at least have a conversation about these issues as well. Is that what they want? Is that what we really want?
I thought these public officials were in office, and one of their core principles is they would wish gangs just to be dissolved altogether. Again, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I'm being realistic. I've been working with the youth now since 2008, the at-risk youth in the inner city. But I thought they were supposed to, but I think sometimes maybe the internet makes people act a little bit differently. Now she's the vice mayor of the city, and she says, well, where's 18th Street at? Where's Florencia at? You guys are there. There's ICE all over your neighborhoods. Do something. And you know what I think, amiga? That's like telling gang members to confront the police.
It sounds very divisive. It's very divisive.
Yeah, that too.
Very, very divisive. And what you're doing is you're trying to, and don't get me wrong, I know that there have been women in gangs as well, right? But as far as the men, do they really want to get the men and the testosterone all riled up and getting them mad because of a lie?
Exactly.
Do you want to be manipulated? No. And on top of that, we're standing alone in this. Why? Because sadly, the people who don't care about our community were out there doing stupidity and a half, put us in that situation, and now we gotta dig our way out the way we did once. That's hasta yo la voy a llevar. Por una la llevan todas o todos.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. You could be causing situations by egging people on to, hey, do something. Hey, do something. I mean, there would be a pendejada. Of course, someone throws their lives away, but people are dealing with mental health issues. You hear a vice mayor of your city saying, do something. I mean, I don't know. You could take it a lot of different ways in the professional world. It doesn't sound like professional etiquette. Absolutely. She looked like she was at a wedding también, o algo vestida in like an elegant setting. So it's like the words didn't even match what was coming out of her mouth. I'm like, they're probably going to come after your seat. I mean, who knows? Amiga, I want to also ask you your solution. Remember, we were talking about we're going to segue up into this. What is the solution then if you had a magic wand to fix, and we're just still on the topic of immigration, what's your solution to everything that pertains to ICE, that pertains to the southern border, that pertains to maybe just coming from other countries as well, but, ICE, the southern border? What do you think in a perfect world could be done that would really help the brown people?
In a perfect world, like in a hypothetical world?
Pues if that Mexican Velma was the president.
I would say you need to follow the law. As much as you might say, oh, she's a conservative. We were brought up conservative. We were brought up old school. At least I was. Con la chancla y con y que respétame y cállate. Don't even scream at your grandma. Don't even scream at your grandma. It'd be one of those. Don't even scream at your mama. So I would say weed out the good and the bad. Weed out the people who actually want to be here. Where does your allegiance lie? The border, as far as the border, we need protection. I mean, we had one of our own, right? Latina little girl, Jocelyn Nangari. What about her? What, are we gonna throw her out the window too? That's what we did, to be honest with you, because if we actually cared about the brown people, hey, ¿qué está pasando aquí? One of our own died. Or one of our Hispanic people died. One of Latinos died. If you actually cared, you would actually be doing the right thing.
So
Not going and playing with emotions, trying to pull people to do things just because you want them to. Are you actually looking out for them, or are you looking out for your best interest?
So how do you feel when they politicize situations such as human beings?
Explain politicize.
Well, it seems like some things are more in the spotlight than others, right? You were pointing out the difference right now, and also like say indigenous. There's the organization. I had Wayward Son on here. He's big on TikTok. Wayward Son said he's part of the missing and murdered indigenous mujeres also. And there was a case out of Arizona. I don't know if you saw that case with a young girl off the reservation and went missing, and they found her limbs in different locations, and it wasn't on the news. We talked about it during one of my town halls.
I think I remember. Yeah.
Do you think certain situations get highlighted more than others?
In a sense, yes. I'd say because the media lies. I believe that they push certain stories out there, so and twist it to make it seem like if it's not as bad or it is bad, and in this case it is bad, and her case should be voiced out because that's a child, regardless if she's indigenous, white, Latina, black, Indian. It doesn't matter. Why are we selecting? Why are we cherry picking? Everything should, I believe cases like that should be shown so everybody can see what actually goes on, not to hide it away and actually bring it out at their convenience.
If someone can drop the name of the little girl, the one I was
Yeah, I
talking
don't
about,
remember her name. I'm so sorry.
me too. And I mean, recuerdo, I feel bad. And I did a short, or at least I talked about it on a live and did a short about it.
Her
But
life matters. Her life matters as anybody else's matter. Everybody's life matters. You remember the BLM? Yeah, no, the left just wants you out there so they could categorize us as the stereotype that we once categorized ourselves, so we could learn from not just because blood in, blood out. Oh, it's not a real movie. No, no, no. There are lessons. What about Stand and Deliverance?
another one.
Think cool. Think cool. Mi vida loca. All those had lessons. We speak through our food, we speak through our movies, and how I said we stereotype ourselves, and guess what? They're seeing us like that again, but an actual stereotype. Do we actually want again the racism from the 60s and the 70s? Because
So you don't put any merit when someone brings up old shit? I don't know how else to say it, but hey, they dipped us in gasoline in 1928, Velma.
okay, that was in 1928. What do you want me to do about now? We live in 2025.
They threw us on trains and deported all of us after they brought us here for the Bracero program, Velma.
Who was underneath? Those are questions that I would want to know. Like, for example, when you tell me that, I think DACA for some reason.
Okay.
Because of the fact that if Obama actually wanted these people here, he wouldn't just give them little plaques and say, we recognize you. he wouldn't just actually say, hey, you know what, we're just going to do a little program for you. No, he would have amended, right? Because it takes two-thirds of the House to actually get an amendment changed. Okay. Now, he could have given us amnesty, could have done something, but no. Why didn't he give the DACA people citizenship, just like Reagan did in 1986? I want these are things that I want to know. There are questions, there are answers that people cannot answer me back because it's the truth. Why just give them a little permission to be here? Just help them out.
So you
What's the
think
problem?
they gave the DACA recipients by just creating the program, and it seemed like it was a pilot program. He didn't do anything else for 8 years that he was president, didn't give them amnesty, didn't make them citizens. Do you think that was just para qué?
I think it was done on purpose. I think it was done on purpose. Because if he actually cared, he would have done something. If Biden cared, he would have done something. Now Trump's in office and people are like, oh, he doesn't care. How do you know that? Because you already have some type of opinion in your head because you're hearing it, or are you looking at the facts? How do you want things to change when you're being violent? I would like to know. How do you want things to change? Do you want amnesty for your people or not?
Someone said, Mexican Velma, I hear you say obey the law, but legality does not equate morality. Once it was legal to have a 9-year-old child work in factories, slaves. We might have been past that point, or we're talking about something because we kind of just went all over the place. And we're talking about DACA right now. I think DACA started up, but it got left incomplete, and now it's a political talking point. Why don't you do something about it? And it's like, shit.
So because it was okay in the past and it makes it okay now, it was legal to have a night. We're okay, but is it legal now? Things have changed. We've evolved. We've evolved a lot. We've literally came so far to actually be victims. To say that, oh, because of the color of my skin or anything like that. Oh, mira, a 9-year-old whenever in the factory. Oh yes, how long ago was that?
Someone commented, right. So you don't put a lot of merit when someone brings up, hey, I had a guest on last week, Miss Lily Lily Flor Art, and she said, "Hey, a lot of people that are like, hey, it's 100% indigenous. Go back to the indigenous times, but we're not in indigenous times anymore." She said, "I embrace the cultura, the heritage, 100%. Go in there, back it up, learn about it, learn the language, 100%. But we just don't live in those times." Is that kind of your philosophy as well? Like, you're bringing up something that at this point, are we supposed to put that on a scale to see how much, if you're looking for recompense or if you're looking for what do they call it, los reparations?
Reparations.
Yeah, what do you think about that, amiga? Should Mexicans get reparations for anything?
Why don't they go ask Mexico for that?
Because they're living in the United States. They
But
want
I thought this was stolen land. Why don't we? And then we go back to Santana,
mm,
right?
mm.
We
He's-
go back to him again.
I get
It
it.
goes full circle. Why don't we go and ask Mexico? Hey, Mexico, why did he do that? We don't know. Well, we do know, right? Because he was a little selfish. But anyways, yeah, we do know. It's in the history books. It goes full circle. It really does.
Let me also ask you this. Are you willing, I just see if, if this is your approach or not, like my approach is, are you willing to sit down at the table with someone that has a different view, opposing view, in order to get things done, work across the aisle, say, if you needed to?
I do it every day on my TikTok.
On your
I've
TikTok?
had people come up to me and tell me, you're an inbred. You're not Mexican. You're not this. And then on top of that, okay, why are we telling people that we're not Mexican and then they don't even speak a lick of Spanish? Do you want me to speak to you in Spanish to make you feel this small? Because you need to make me feel small? Because I don't believe in your logic or your opinion? That would be dumb. I believe that everybody should have their own opinion. I believe everybody should be heard.
Mm.
If people are wrong, they're wrong. But at the same time, are people willing to accept and be accountable when they're wrong? Because I would. Why not? I'm no different than anybody. I'm a sinner just like everybody on this, whoever's watching me. Whoever is watching me, I'm a sinner. Just like everybody else. Not perfect. I can't try to be perfect because the only perfect one was Jesus Christ. That's it.
Can I ask you? I thought I saw en tu collar ahí tienes también tienes puesto la estrella de Rey David.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Can you let me know about that? And then maybe we can segue also into what's going on in the Middle East with that. Is that algo in your la iglesia or something personal or?
So the reason why I decided to put the Star of David and the cross beside each other is because people forget that Jesus was a Jew.
Mm. Yeah, you think people forget that?
They misconstrued facts. They don't read their Bible as much as they say, I'm a Christian, all this stuff. Okay, great. But once you start to say you're not a Christian because you voted differently, now you're trying to tell me that my faith isn't real. So I put it there to remind everyone that he was a Jew. And on top of that, as much as everybody is like, oh my goodness, look at what's happening. And let's go back to the Bible. These Israelite people were always a disobedient people. The moment they got out of Israel, what happened? Oh, Moses, you brought me out here. You did this. We had food over there and we were this and we were that. But you were in slavery. You were in slavery. Now you're free. But you know what? Todavía, Moses. Okay, Lord, these people are angry. What can we do? These people are hungry. What can we do? It got to the point where God got so tired and he said, ¿Sabes qué? I'm done and I'm going to send y'all some serpents. I'm going to send y'all some trials and tribulations. Para que aprendan. Didn't it take 40 years?
Yeah. So yeah.
So I can't sit here and say what Israel did was right.
Mm.
Que hasta el presidente dijo, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Right?
That was the first time a sitting president, 47 presidents. We've had 47. What they call a presidential etiquette, right? Behind the White House. And this is the first time PBD talked about it. He's like, oh, that ever give a F-bomb directly to the press on purpose. Take that how you want to, right? Take that how you want to. Someone said Santa Ana. Oh man, I missed the comment though. Where did he say? Robert C. Robert C said it. It was Santa Ana was forced to sign. I left the comment. I mean, I lost the comment, amiga. Híjole,
By
perdóname.
who? By his government? So
Perdóname.
then you're actually saying that Mexico's corrupt and he was forced to sign. Sir, come on. He was not forced to sign it. He took the money actually. Hey, con dinero baila el perro, ¿no?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you go
There
on
you go.
Amiga, you go on TikTok, you express your views and thoughts, and I see you always, pues ahí estás aventando chingazos, okay? You're in the comment section. I got to keep it a buck. You're in there, and I see you because you have, you come from the position of a conservative, ¿verdad? Mexicana, and it seems like what the division is right now, kind of like you said, you're talking about in the Bible. Remember also when they divided Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, because of the sin of David, Solomon, Rehoboam, those, then they divided. Division is right now is they go after you in the comment section. Hey, quieres hacer gabacha? Hey, have you heard
Yeah, I've
them, right?
already. Yeah.
Okay. If you look at another brown person, I'm like, hey, when is it ever okay for someone else that's another raza to talk shit to a brown person? That's how I look at it. I'm like, I don't give a flip who they voted for, but so it's kind of like this selective stuff that is going on within the brown people that I'm totally against. I'm like, who you vote for is like who you go to bed with. It's
It's very
nobody.
simple. Si quiero hacerme gabacha, yo me pinto el pelo, pues, platinum blonde, ¿no? Como las que hacen en México, van y se pintan el pelo bien blonde. Y se creen bien blondies.
Like a Barbie.
Hey, unas se miran bien. And you know what? I'm not criticizing anybody that wants to do that. Do what you want to do, girlfriend. I support you no matter what. You know? Pero a la misma vez, o sea, es la verdad. Se pintan el pelo allá rubio.
Well, what about when they tell you, well, that political party, just look at them. They're all blonde hair and blue eyes.
Are you racist? That would be my question. I would be like, are you racist? Do I need to be around you? Why do you want to segregate me? Why do you need to talk for me? I want to know, why do you need to talk for me? Why can I not have my own opinion? What about all these protesters? Look, tienes a gente, old school Democrats that are like, can I please talk to this person? They're asking me a question. No, pero mira. Y la gente, en unas veces la gente hace caso y la otra gente se queda, a ver, that's weird. Y si piensas así, a ver, ¿qué pedo aquí? Es porque te quieren embustar. Son embusteros. They want to lie to you. They don't love you. They don't love the brown community. They don't. The people who are out there protesting, they don't love the Mexican community at all. They put us more at risk. If you thought that we were at risk, especially with the 4 years of Biden and to get Trump, Obama, deporter in chief, right? I would like to know, why weren't we doing anything then?
Or maybe you're asking yourself, why wasn't social media on fire?
That too.
But it's on fire now. And it's making a lot of people just take a step back. You know what? Let's smell the roses, enjoy our familias, enjoy the summer. You know, somos Chicanos, play some oldies, put some carne asada on. At the end of the day, that's why I tell people in the community, ground yourself. The best advice I gave for the farm workers, amiga, and I own a few properties that are 100, almost, well, 95, like 95%. There might be like 5 market apartments, but most of them I own a couple properties. Most of them are field workers. Los junto, los miro, I buy them food, lo que sea, and I always tell them the number one advice, amiga, just get off your phones. Just get off your phones, because if you get on that phone, it seems like there's so much fear mongering right now that I'm telling you, a lot of the raza pages is just negative. Like the raza's getting it. Like we're getting chased by hounds every day. And I'm trying to tell the raza, just get off your phone. You know, they bust their ass. They work 6 days a week. Y luego el día que they're off, it's like lavando ropa and being with their families. Very hardworking people. So just trying to bring a little bit of balance there. Of course, I joined the Hispanic Assembly, the RNHA, last November, because I just felt like getting a little bit more deeper into it, into like the regional politics scenes. But I don't and I'm talking about it openly with you, amiga, because I've seen your lives on TikTok, and I know that, okay, pues tú también hablas openly like this. So that's why if I have someone else and that's not their cup of tea, well, I wouldn't even talk like this open, así. But so you said you would work across the aisle, and would you agree with, pues, how do we get past looking at our political groups and working together?
First of all, you actually, like, for example, you want to bring up our struggles? Let's look at that. We can bond off of that, but we don't have to make it as, oh my gosh, pobrecitos nosotros. I'm sorry, but we're Mexican, not Mexican.
Hello.
And people who say that we're Mexican, and they're literally like, oh, well, es que no puedo. Entonces you literally diluted that word. I would say I would be open to it, to be honest with you. I would be honest. Honest and respectful. Primero el respeto. Y con el respeto, why am I going to lie to you?
See. Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm overly respected, but I was raised that way, not just at home by my mother and parents, but also on the streets. Very respectful. I think overly respectful, some people say, because even to the point where it could look like a weakness, where they're like, ah, look at you, or lo que sea, las mamadas of the comments, right? Half of them love you, half of them hate you. All right, I'm going to tell you a phrase, amiga, and I want you to give me an answer, okay? Finish the phrase. I'm Mexican, but I don't like.
Lawlessness.
You kept it more grounded.
I'd rather keep it humble.
You kept it more grounded right
I'd
there.
rather keep it 100% for real with you. Porque te digo algo. It doesn't matter if I'm brown or if I would be Asian or whatever. If I was here illegally, vámonos. Both of my grandparents on my dad and on my mom's side came here illegally. Got booted back because they got caught. Yeah, they came here illegally. And then they went to go get lawyers. They worked their asses off and they came here legally. There's a will, there's a way. And even when people get deported back, guess what? They still work. And thank God I'm here today in America. Because if it wasn't for my grandparents on both sides, I'd probably be living in Mexico. To be honest with you. Both of my dad and my mom, they both were born in Mexico and they had to get naturalized. They got naturalized and then they got their citizenship. But if you have two immigrants that come into the country and you're giving your life away, you're leaving a life that you literally like just don't want to live anymore to come to freedom. America is giving you the gift of becoming a U.S. citizen. You're giving your life away pretty much to America. And the gift that they can give you is, at least if you have a child here, it's an American citizen. Your child doesn't have to work because you decided to do the work for your child. You love your child enough that you did the work for your child. And guess what? After that, your child gets to have another U.S. citizen. And it keeps on going.
California Western Forces, Aslan Chicano, that's right, cabrón.
I'm sorry.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. No, it's okay. Iba a decir, amiga, your final message over to the brown community, encompassing everything that's going on right now, from protests, ICE, social media, also maybe mental health, how this can cause a little bit of, depression, etc. What's your advice over to the people?
Love each other. Number one. Hijosu.
Yeah, there's a lot that's going on. There's a lot that's going on right now. Everyone wishes they had the.
Se me hace una pena, pero te digo algo.
Dale.
Que se miren like one at each other. Is it really worth fighting each other? Because at the end of the day, let's say there is a reform. I don't know. I'm not God. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't do the cards and stuff, Pero let's say that happens. ¿Todos se van a odiar después? ¿Vas a poder ver a tu tía, a tu tío, a tus abuelitos, o a tu mamá, o tu papá, o tus hermanas? Y decirles, oh, they fixed the problem. Y luego ya todos, ¿cuánta gente no muere todos los días? ¿Cuánta gente no nace todos los días? How many people die and how many people aren't born? I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, love each other, como like Christ loves the church. No se estén peleando. And your mental health, your sanity is way more important than to be letting the left, the Democratic Party, tell you that you need help because you're small. We were never small. It's just we were taught to think that way. We need to get out of that. It's gonna be hard, to be honest with you. It's gonna be very hard because I had somebody come up on my panel and tell me, in all my life that I've lived in Texas, I have never had any racism. I've never heard any racist comment until last week. Let's get all the Mexicans out of here. Órale, ok. ¿Y qué más dijo? No, que los pinches mexicanos y eran, gabachos.
Yeah.
Now, let's say they weren't raised that way. Let's say that they're seeing the stupidity. What do you expect? They're making us look bad. Our own community is making us look bad.
So-
we shouldn't be doing stupid stuff. And I put myself in there because I'm part of the community. No me vale madre que me digan, no, you're not Mexican, you're not this, you're not that. ¿Y tú quién eres? You're more Mexican than me? That makes you more Mexican than me to tell me that I'm not Mexican? To call me a half-breed? Hey, that's fine. That's your opinion. That's cool. I'm a 4-eyes. ¿Qué más me puedes decir? I already know it. I have a mirror. Thank God I can see with my glasses. These glasses are not for show. Thank you. I need them to see. They're prescribed. For real.
Amiga.
Pues porque es la verdad.
I gotta jump on one of those TikTok panels you do. I'm gonna jump
Yeah,
on.
go ahead and jump on. We're cool.
I am. So last announcement I'm gonna make is I'm gonna be doing this weekend an open town hall. I'm gonna do an open town hall this weekend. I don't know the time. I'm gonna put a poll out to the people. And then once I get the majority consensus, what's a good time for, an hour or maybe 2, 10 people maximum. And then once it fills up, open about it. And, we're coming up on July, amiga, and I'm going to just let immigration play itself out on social media and the internet. I'll just keep kind of highlighting clips of just, the topics as they stay trending, but give it a little bit less energy after July, because here comes the verano. I'm going to enjoy the summer, just like I've been telling the raza, hey, kick back, go gas up the jet skis, cálmase, listen to some oldies. And so I'm going to do one more open town hall this weekend. I'll put out a poll. Anyone that wants to join can join. Let's do it at least minimum an hour. And but before you go, I'm going to ask you the last question about the solution, because I just remembered, anyone that comes on the town hall, I am going to ask every single person that comes on, you got to give me a solution. We can't just be throwing talking points at each other. And I got a rebuttal and I got 5 and I got better. Oh, well, what's the solution? Okay, so the town hall, I'll put it out there for the weekend. And then whatever the poll goes, I'll announce it, make a thumbnail. Mi amiga, I want to ask you lastly, your solution on how these issues that we talked about during this hour can get done. And I'm talking about maybe a little bit more systematic solution. I know you can say, pues, aman a todos, and that's great. Eso es un sentimiento, and that'll definitely unite us. But if you had to pass some bills, legislate, what are your solutions to get these things done?
Okay. I'm not piggybacking off of them, but I am part of, I'm an ambassador for Latinos for America First. We were originally Latinos for Trump, the original Latinos for Trump. We are here to help the conservatives Latinos, because there's conservative Latinos. People get that confused. They think that we're lefties. No. As much as you want to say, oh, well, you benefit off of this, yeah, but we also like the law and order. Right now, as far as the organization, what we do, we are the largest standing volunteer organization, and we are also helping, trying to get briefings, trying to get congressional receptions. I'm so sorry because I'm getting so emotional. I think I need some water. Hold on, give me 1 second. A little bit.
Toma tu tiempo. This will be like kind of just, your solution to everything. I'm asking everyone, if we
I would like to hopefully bring the issue to my team because of the fact that we are having these congressional meetings and congressional receptions. We're having talks. I'm not saying that, oh, we're going to do this or this is what's going to happen. No, if there's any information that you need, you can go ahead and email us at latinosforamericafirst.org. And you can ask, you can ask us anything that you would like to know. But as far as that, we have to, like, llévatela calmado. Don't be doing stupid stuff. Just don't. I mean, I know you're not, right? Pero, o sea, la otra gente.
Yep.
Si realmente quieren que haya cambio, todo calmado. No se crean de todo. Y si me quieren decir chinga tu maga, pues thank you. Thank you, porque ya me lo han dicho muchas veces. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Que Dios te bendiga.
Amiga, I respect your time. Thank you so much. You guys, I'm going to be dropping the links right here at the bottom of the video for mi amiga. Catch her on TikTok. You're going to catch me on one of those panels pretty soon. So I appreciate your time, amiga. God bless you. Thank you again.
Thank you very much for having me. And guys, ámanse, turn to Jesus. God loves all y'all. God bless you. Thank you for having me.
God bless. Buenas noches, amiga. Talk
Good
soon.
night. Buenas noches.
All right, you guys, we are going to be doing an open town hall this weekend, 1 hour. I'll put out the poll, whichever hour you guys want this weekend. It doesn't matter if it's a morning, middle, or an evening, or a late shot, sunset, when you're buzzing. But whatever I get the most on, I'll put it out there. I'll put a thumbnail out there. That way we can all chime in. And as we enter July, come on, let's chill off this last fucking 6 months, okay, of just gaslighting and a lot of crazy shit that's happening. And let's enjoy the summer, get some jet skis out. But I want you to voice your voice. One more town hall this weekend, all right? I'm out, you guys. Remember what I always say? Beautiful Linda Raza, the Tuesday night edition, that Mexican Velma just went down, and on IG and on I'll put the links on all the platforms. That way you could follow mi amiga si gustan. I'm out. Remember what I always say? Remember what I always say. In the end, all you got is the memories.